Hi everybody, this is Black Lion. I want to discuss in a quick snap what mistakes people make when they're looking for jobs. This is something that you need to take into consideration, especially if you're in Dubai, as tips when you're looking for jobs. Number one is your CV. Make sure you have one-page CV, okay? Make sure you have one-page CV because there's a lot of people who don't want to read so much stuff. And if you don't know how to do this, I'll post the link for you in the description so that you can get it. Go and make a CV today very quickly and put your details, summarize whatever it is you want to do in one page. Put your picture, make sure it's a very nice and presentable picture, and let it happen ASAP. Number two, when you're making a phone call, always be audible. I know there are many people from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and you speak differently. So make sure you're audible and make sure that you're audible. When you're audible, someone can really know that you need the opportunity, and you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about. That's one. Number two. Number three is when you're speaking with them, always put a commanding tone. I don't say go and command, give me. I want you to be firm. Be very firm when you ask. I want you to be like this. Stand in front of him and say, yes, sir, I saw the advertisement. I like the position. I know what I can do for you. I know what I've been able to do it. I've done it in different places. 1, 2, 3. And guess what? They achieved this. Guess number two, they promoted themselves to do this. Number three, they had 1 or 2 impacts to this, and just because of when I joined there was a difference, and then before I joined there was a difference, and I want to highlight for you today what made the difference, and I can do that for you. I want you to make it be like that as opposed to begging. Number three, do not think number three or what? Do not think that they're helping you. No, it's a two-way service, and you are also providing that service. It's a two-way thing. It's not helping, okay? If they cannot, you can always go on. If somebody tells you they don't want you at that point in time, it's an opportunity to run quickly and look for another one. Number four, it's imperative to specialize. I know people will say, yes, let me start from one or two things. I do 2 jobs, and then after doing this job, then I can join to the job that I want. No, do not settle for anything. Come into the UAE when you know what you want. Decide it there and then and start looking along that line. When you're applying online, when you're looking for browsing online, when you're discussing with people, when you're searching for in classifieds, when you're looking everywhere, you're looking within the bracket that you want. So in that way, you're not going to have challenges when it comes to interviews because you're so sound and so sure about what you're talking about. You're not gambling through pages. And always, there's a lot of opportunities in different fields and in different platforms. You don't have all the time. 3 months visa is a very short period of time. You may think you have time, but there is no time. You do it and you make sure you search within the one that you want. Definitely, you will raise your chances of getting the job because you're more strong, you're more firm, and you're more confident about what you're talking about. Because this is something that you know. Another thing, and when it comes to experience, because the question is, how do I get the job without UE experience? You're a fresher. It is critical. When you're making your CV, okay, this is a tip for you. When you're making your CV, make the CV with the 2 years experience minimum from your country. And don't leave out any other country that you've been in. Maybe it's in a neighboring country. Also include that. They add value to your CV. And then include those. Those will be your experience. If they said you have your experience, don't quickly say, oh no, but I can do the job. No, you tell them, UAE is going to be my first time, but I've been doing the same thing for 2 years or for 3 years, for 4 years, and this is what I did when I was in my country, and I helped them do this. It might be a different situation, but I did this also when I was in the other country, but it also works. This is the same thing when I come to here. Then when I studied the market here, then you tell them what you studied about the company and what you can do, how you can make it be different. And advise. You always take the position of an advisor. You're not a beggar looking for a job. You're an advisor ready to offer a solution. All right? Another thing, when you're doing walk-in interviews, Walk-in interviews are very, very common, okay? But just be able to know which ones to go to and which ones not to go to, because remember, you're on a budget as well, and the money that you use, if you misuse it, you will run out and you can't go for even the right interviews. So try to get as much information before you just jump onto the next metro and go for an interview, because some of them may be quacks, some of them may be admins looking to show their bosses that they're busy, or they're trying to, they're also working. So be careful. Ask all the questions before you actually decide to go for any walk-in interview, because you're going to burn money, and then before you get the right one, which will be okay for you, you've already run out of cash and you're planning your trip back. So be careful about the walk-in interviews, okay? Make the phone calls. Call them and tell them, hey, look, tell me, what does this position require? Right? Some of them even might want different nationalities, and they might not want your nationality. So you lay it down on the table there and then. If they tell you there and then, no, we're looking for maybe Indian speaking, or we're looking for Pakistani, or looking for different, or European, whatever it is they're looking for, and they don't want your nationality, they will have saved you. Okay, so you ask all the questions. If they don't want to give you the answers, then don't bother going for that interview, because you'll have saved yourself the time. If they can give you all the details and all the answers, that's worth going for. Okay, so that's it when it comes to walk-ins.